Leonardo DiCaprio's reported new girlfriend caught up in a new photo controversy as Blake Lively fights back against the revealing images sweeping the internet.
All right, y'all, buckle up because this tea is piping hot. We're diving headfirst into one of the wildest, most jaw-dropping celebrity scandals to shake Hollywood in years. Are you ready for this? Because apparently, allegedly, Leonardo DiCaprio, yes, the Leo, Oscar-winning heartthrob and climate change crusader, has finally spilled the beans on what really went down with none other than Blake Lively. And let's just say, it's not the love story we thought it was. I mean, can you even imagine the charming Titanic star and the queen of Gossip Girl wrapped up in a whirlwind romance that behind the scenes was apparently toxic, controlling, even manipulative? It's giving betrayal, it's giving lies, it's giving Hollywood illusions shattered. Let's rewind the clock back to 2011, shall we? That's when Leo and Blake first set the tabloids on fire. People couldn't get enough of them. They were spotted everywhere. Europe, NYC, yacht trips, red carpets, you name it. The chemistry, electric, the photos, straight out of a Nicholas Sparks movie.
And I think that the Justin and Blake stuff is, I think it's a big PR game.
Everywhere they went, paparazzi were scrambling to catch a glimpse. Every little smile, every casual touch. It all looked so genuine, so perfect. Blake with her effortless beauty and rising star power, and Leo? Well, he was already Hollywood royalty. The pair seemed like a match made in celebrity heaven. But oh, honey, the fairy tale was short-lived. Because just like in every great drama, what glittered on the surface was hiding a way darker truth underneath.
Now he decided to flat out release the scene in question, basically the climax of Blake Lively's abuse lawsuit.
You know that saying, not everything that glitters is gold? Yeah, this right here is the textbook definition of that. While we were all swooning over their red carpet appearances and Instagram-worthy vacations, behind the scenes, things were allegedly spiraling into a chaotic, manipulative mess. And who would have guessed? It wasn't Leo pulling the strings. Sources close to the couple started whispering things. Allegations started popping up suggesting that Blake, the sweet, all-American beauty, might not have been so sweet after all. Apparently, behind that golden girl image was someone calculating.
Had there been these horrible things, and had there been these horrible text messages, had there been this horrible information, that stuff would have been put out there too.
It gets worse. Word on the street, Blake wasn't just being a little possessive, she was allegedly full-on controlling. Think, trying to run Leo's entire life. From his social calendar to the people he could hang out with to what roles he should take on, leaked voicemails, secret conversations caught on backlots. Insiders say it was like Blake was staging a personal takeover of Leo's world, turning every decision into something she had to approve. And DiCaprio? He felt boxed in, trapped. Can you imagine being Leonardo DiCaprio and still feeling like you're under someone's thumb?
Is direct it and edit it and produce it. I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully.
And if you thought this was just typical couple drama, nope. Insiders are painting a picture that is wildly different from the glossy tabloid spreads. According to them, this wasn't about small tiffs or harmless jealousy. This was a full-blown psychological power play. They say Leo, known for keeping his cool, was slowly unraveling behind the scenes. And it was all allegedly thanks to Blake's tactics. Tactics described as calculated, manipulative, even ruthless. One leaked message after another started to shift the narrative. Every new whisper added more smoke to the fire, transforming this love story into something much darker and way more disturbing.
I defend Justin Baldwin in this lawsuit with Blake Lively because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie.
And if you think this ends with just a bad breakup, oh no, we're just getting started. Because underneath all this drama is a bigger, messier conversation. One that involves age gaps, power dynamics, and the real face of celebrity culture. Let's talk about that infamous age gap. Leo, as we all know, has a bit of a reputation for dating younger women. It's been a thing for years. And with Blake just in her early 20s at the time, it fit right into the narrative. But what if this wasn't just about Leo's preferences? What if, instead of being the one in control, he was the one being manipulated?
So they filmed May to June, then shut down for the strike, and then they were down until January. But I think that the strike lifted in November, but then she had all these return to work.
Some insiders now believe that Blake may have used her youth and charm not as a romantic connection, but as a calculated tool, a way to get closer, to gain influence, and maybe even, allegedly, control one of the biggest names in the business. And suddenly, this isn't just a breakup story. It's a full-on expose of how manipulation and power games can play out in the glitzy halls of fame. As the whispers got louder, more names started getting pulled into the drama. Hollywood insiders began connecting dots. People started wondering if the same controlling behavior seen in the lively DiCaprio relationship might actually be a part of a bigger pattern, one used over and over again in celebrity circles. Remember the mess with Justin Baldwin? Yeah, people are wondering if these tactics are all part of the same playbook.
Against Justin is like, well, there's this financial consequence to everything in addition to the strike consequences too, right?
Now that particular situation has its own drama, sure, but what it did was reignite a bigger conversation about how influence and power are used behind the scenes in Hollywood. Control, image management, revenge plays. These aren't just headlines, y'all. They're strategies. And Blake? According to whispers in the industry, she might have been mastering that game more than we ever realized. Every red carpet, every quote in the press, every hand-picked moment on social media. Maybe it wasn't just image. Maybe it was manipulation.
And now they're making light of it on SNL's 50th reunion show. So tonally, it does seem off, and I can imagine people just wanting to stay away from it. You're going to catch shrapnel if you get involved in this drama at this point.
And now all the gossip and behind-the-scenes murmurs have turned into a full-blown storm. Because according to people close to DiCaprio, he's finally said enough is enough. Allegedly, during a candid moment, one of those real, raw, I can't hold it in anymore moments, Leo finally let some secrets slip. And what he revealed? It's the kind of stuff that makes jaws drop in PR offices across LA. He talked about the micromanaging, the insults dressed up as suggestions, the constant pressure to behave a certain way, look a certain way, become a certain version of himself that Blake wanted. We're talking about a man who's navigated Hollywood for decades, Oscar snubs, global fame, activist causes, and yet it was this relationship that reportedly pushed him to the edge.
Justin says that Blake was determined to make him the real-life villain in her story.
Imagine that. Leonardo DiCaprio, yes, him, reduced to feeling powerless in his own relationship. And the tone in his voice, as described by sources, bitterness, regret, a heartbreak so deep it was laced with betrayal. This is no longer about a cute celebrity pairing. This is about a deeper truth, a side of fame we rarely get to see. And it's not pretty, absolutely. Let's keep this tea flowing.
She wasn't doing well on the promo tour for the movie. It was very tone deaf. Her hair care line wasn't doing well. She was trying to sell booze while talking about domestic violence.
So what happens now? Where do Leo and Blake go from here? Because this bombshell, these alleged confessions, have cracked open a vault of controversy. And baby, the fallout has been brutal. Leonardo DiCaprio, the king of keeping it private, is now in the center of a full-blown media hurricane. And his carefully guarded image, it's now tangled in a conversation about celebrity control, manipulation, and the dark costs of keeping up appearances. Fans are rattled, industry insiders are whispering, everyone's questioning what they thought they knew about Hollywood's golden boy and the golden girl.
Justin says the war between himself and Blake really started in May 2023 when they started shooting the movie. He claims that she was organizing a takeover strategy.
And then there's Blake. Ooh, her reputation under siege. The same woman who was once adored for her grace, poise, and squeaky clean public persona is now being painted in an entirely different light. Every cryptic post, every seemingly innocent interview clip, people are going back and rewatching everything, combing for clues. Is this someone who had us all fooled? Was the girl next door persona nothing more than a perfectly crafted performance? And here's where the plot twists even harder. Because get this. Some insiders believe Leo's emotional reveal wasn't just a moment of vulnerability. It might have been a strategic move, a warning shot, a message to the industry, as in, I'm not staying silent anymore.
I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence.
Can you feel the shift, that tension in the air? Because what Leo supposedly said, it's more than just messy breakup drama. It's a reckoning. A few years ago, stories like this would have been swept under the rug, buried by publicists, smoothed over with a glamorous magazine cover or a new project announcement. But now, The rules are changing. People want the truth. They want accountability. They want to know what's really going on behind those Hollywood smiles. And social media, it's in a frenzy. Hashtags are trending. Comment sections are on fire. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone's watching.
And I think that we're all the pawns of it. And also that story I gave you, that's one where I've talked to them. I feel comfortable sharing that much.
Because when you connect all the dots, it paints a picture that is disturbing and compelling. This isn't just about Leo and Blake anymore. It's about the entire system. It's about what we don't see, about the private battles behind public images, about how far some stars will go to control their narrative and the people in their lives. For every fan who once admired the fairy tale, now there's a creeping doubt. Is the dream just an illusion? And if it is, how many more secrets are hiding in plain sight?
She states that Mr. Baldoni put his bare hands on her backside and said that he was trying to help her with her posture.
Blake Lively, once the media darling, is now smack in the middle of a storm of accusations. The woman who defined poise and elegance is suddenly being painted as a cold, calculating force. It's a role no one ever saw coming. But let's be real. How many times have we seen this happen in Hollywood? The star with the flawless image, revealed to be playing a much more dangerous game behind the scenes. People are reevaluating everything. Every old photo, every interview quote, every red carpet moment. Is that smile real or rehearsed?
That Justin Baldoni, ultimately, by the time they got to the premiere, was mandated by Blake Lively to spend the night in the basement.
And here's the real question this whole scandal raises. How much of celebrity culture is real? What's image? What's PR? What's manipulation? This story has forced fans and media alike to step back and ask the hard stuff. About power, about control, about how far people will go to protect a brand, even if it means breaking someone else in the process. And as more details leak, blurred voicemails, cryptic messages, off-the-record chats, the truth keeps getting murkier. We're deep in the weeds of rumor, reality, and everything in between. And yet, it all matters. Because this isn't just about tea, it's about truth.
And she was postpartum, so she was very offended by this. Now, Baldoni was a director of the movie, one of the directors on the movie, and he obviously therefore wanted the movie to be a success.
Leo's supposed confession has become more than just gossip. It's become a spark that might just set Hollywood on fire. Fans are demanding accountability. Other celebrities are being re-examined. Past relationships are being scrutinized through a whole new lens. Because if someone as powerful and guarded as Leonardo DiCaprio can be allegedly manipulated like this, who else has been hiding behind silence? What other truths are buried beneath red carpets and press junkets? And let's not forget the most chilling part. This might just be the beginning.
First about Justin to TMZ, saying that he had inappropriately asked her trainer about her weight because he had a bad back and there was a scene where he had to lift her up.
This scandal has cracked something open. It's exposed a part of the industry most people never get to see. The part filled with power plays, image manipulation, and emotional warfare. For Leo, this could be the beginning of a whole new chapter. One where he's no longer playing Hollywood's golden boy, but the truth teller who dared to speak up. And for Blake, the road ahead looks bumpy. Real bumpy. Because when that mask slips, it's hard to put it back on. As fans, as viewers, we now have to ask ourselves, how much of what we see in Hollywood is real? And how much is scripted? This isn't just another headline. This is an unmasking. This is Hollywood's illusion, coming undone. And baby, we're here for every second of it. We're here for every second of it.